To have you all here this evening with us. We just came out of closed session and there is nothing to report. No action was taken. And so we would love to start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. And I asked Mrs. Lowe if she would lead us in the pledge.
Please stand. Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. Mrs. Reed, would you mind giving us a summary of our workshops?
Thank you so much, President Hill. Well, we had a jammed pack earlier session. We started by recognizing the Los Alamitos High School song team, who represented Team USA and brought home the gold in the World Championships. We recognized Los Alamitos High School teacher Brandon Hart, who received the CCE Excellence in Teaching Award. We recognized 2 cohorts of amazing teachers, 5-year PD recipients, as well as our veteran distinguished educators who have completed a certain number of coaching and professional development hours. Mrs. Delk recognized our 6 Community Advisory Committee Award recipients and their work for impacting the special education community. We were able to recognize Megan Avalos, Rossmore Elementary teacher, who has been named one of the Orange County Teachers of the Year. We recognized 2 of our district employees, Jennifer Bain, Employee of the Year, as well as Dan Bennett, our Administrator of the Year. And we closed out with a very special recognition of our District Hero of the Heart, Mrs. Virginia Wilson, who previously has spent close to 3 decades serving as a school board member and has most recently been serving as a member of the Personnel Commission.
Thank you, Mrs. Reed. That was amazing. And so one of our favorite parts of our meeting is the opportunity to hear from our school board members. So Bren, I believe this is going to be your last meeting, but we're very excited to hear your report.
Good evening, Madam President, Superintendent Pulver, Executive Cabinet, members of the Los Alamitos community. My name is Bryn Schmidt, and I have been honored to serve as your student representative to the Board of Education from Los Alamitos High School. Here is my final report. Activities. One of the most entertaining and spirited moments of the Griffin Games this year was the Teacher Cannonball Contest. 8 teachers proudly represented both of the red and blue teams, bringing incredible energy and school spirit as they competed in a series of jumps into the pool. The larger and more creative the cannonball, the more points were earned for their team, which kept students cheering and fully engaged throughout the event. Beyond the competition itself, it was exciting to see teachers and staff willing to participate along students and create such a fun, memorable atmosphere for our campus community. After an exciting showdown filled with laughter and school pride, the red team ultimately came away with the victory. Academics. Over the course of the last week and continuing through this week, students across Los Alamitos High School have been participating in AP testing. This year, 1,149 students are taking a total of 2,526 AP exams across 31 different subjects, reflecting the strong commitment our students have to academic excellence and challenging themselves through college-level coursework. With a wide variety of advanced placement courses offered on campus, students have the opportunity to explore rigorous academics in many different fields while preparing for futures beyond high school. The dedication, preparation, and perseverance required for these exams is truly amazing, and I am incredibly proud of all the students who have already completed their tests and those who continue testing throughout the rest of this week. A good luck to everyone taking AP Physics, AP Lang, and AP Spanish Literature tomorrow. Athletics. Recently, the Los Alamitos High School celebrated Athletic Signing Day, recognizing our 46 senior student athletes who have committed to continuing both their academic and athletic careers at a college level. During lunch, students gathered alongside family, friends, coaches, and staff as these athletes officially signed and were honored for their years of dedication and hard work. Students represented 21 programs that were recognized. It was truly inspiring to see so many Griffins pursue opportunities at the next level, and our entire school community is incredibly proud of each and every student who committed. We are excited to see all they accomplish in college and know they will continue to thrive both on and off the field, court, pool, and stage. Arts. The final senior improv show was a fantastic celebration of the creativity, humor, and dedication that our senior performers have brought to campus throughout the year. 8 seniors took the stage and competed against 4 teachers in a series of improv games to determine who truly was the funniest on campus. Watching these students perform is always incredible as they constantly amaze the audience with how quick they are on their feet and how naturally they are able to make people laugh. Throughout the night, performers competed in games such as Foursquare, Forward Reverse, Sound Effects, Spelling Bee, Doubleheader Talk Show, and the crowd favorite, Chain Murder. The energy in the room was unforgettable, and in the end, the seniors came out victorious, proving once again why they have become such an important and entertaining part of the Los Alamitos High School community. Student life. Griffin Games has always been a fan favorite at Los Alamitos High School, and this year once again showed exactly why students look forward to it. ASB spent about a month preparing for the event, creating posters and decorations to transform the school into red and blue and build excitement throughout the week. Students participated in lunchtime activities and dress-up days to earn points for their teams, leading up to an all-school assembly that brought everyone together. This assembly featured performances from girls softball, boys baseball, and boys lacrosse as they competed for the title of lip sync champion, along with games like hamster ball, the bungee game, and a sound meter challenge. It was so much fun to watch students compete, cheer each other on, and show their school spirit, even though unfortunately for us, the blue team, sophomores and juniors, came out on top. Hopefully next year, the seniors will be able to avenge us and bring the victory back. Student Spotlight. To close out my report, I would like to highlight an exceptional Griffin, Violet Murphy. Violet began her journey in this district as a Rossmore Knight, then became an Oak Lion, and is now a proud senior at Los Alamitos High School. She is highly involved on campus, taking rigorous courses including AP Literature, AP Calculus BC, AP Physics, AP Psychology, AP Econ, and AP Gov. She's also part of multiple clubs including Challenge Success Club and Bio Olympiad, along with being on varsity water polo and swim. In the fall, she will be attending Yale University. Violet's favorite part about being a Griffin is the community. She has made so many unforgettable friends throughout high school, and she wouldn't have been able to be where she is today without them. Outside of school, Violet is a part of club sports and participating in an internship over the summer. Violet's kindness, leadership, and dedication make her an outstanding role model, and I am proud to feature her in this month's Student Spotlight. Before I close out my report, before I open the floor to any questions or comments from the board, I would like to take a second to thank everyone. Mrs. Pichardo, Mrs. D'Angelo, Dr. Pulver, Mr. Bragman, Papa Forehand, Mrs. Hill, Mrs. Davidson, Mrs. Partisani, Mrs. Schnur, Dr. Wieswright, Mrs. Reed, my parents, Mrs. Lavash, Mrs. Shaniker, and all of ASB. Thank you all for teaching me valuable lessons. Thank you all for teaching me such valuable lessons and supporting me my senior year. I would not be the person I am today without you, all of you. With that, I would like to open the floor to any questions or comments from the board. Thank you all for joining me in my last student board report.
And I know that we have some recognitions for you, but I do have a question about your presentation. So when you were showing us the Griffin Games in the gym, you said that was an all-school assembly. So everybody in the whole campus was all in that gym at one time.
Yes.
That's really amazing. Thank you very much. And I think we are going to move on to we're moving on to Dr. Pulver's report and then recognition. Oh, well, you're just going to have to wait around because we're coming back to you. Come sit down. Sit, you've got time. Wait, yes, take a deep breath, have some water, and then we'll get back to recognizing you. So thank you very much for your report. And it really does make my heart so incredibly full to think that our whole campus could be in the gym at one time celebrating. So we will now move on to our superintendent's report. Dr. Pulver, you still get to follow her.
I do. You know, I'm a keeper of tradition. and been able to follow your report all year long. And so I'm pleased and honored. I'm sure that my heart wasn't the only one that dropped. I saw your mom's heart drop a little bit in there when you said, "This is my final report to the board." And I'm like, yeah, it hit. So Bryn, you've done such an excellent job, and we love having our students and ASB be part of the board, and to be able to see you both here at board meeting, but to see the connections we make with our ASB kids through so many activities and events and athletics throughout the year is just so fun. So it's great to see so many of them in the room tonight as well. With that, I'm going to begin my report, and I wanted to just highlight and be grateful for our amazing partnership with LAIF. LAIF extends the opportunity as a district. When we participate in the Teacher of the Year program, our district our size, we only get to select one Teacher of the Year to move forward at the county level. And as you heard earlier, Mrs. Reed shared at our workshop, our Teacher of the Year was recognized as the Orange County teacher, one of 6 Orange County Teachers of the Year. And so LAIF really gives us an opportunity to recognize exceptional teaching and the craft of these individuals at every single school site. And they put on a beautiful dinner to honor our Teachers of the Year from each school site. It was at Old Ranch, and we got to hear our principals speak about the amazing impact that these teachers have, and then the teachers got to share as well. So just thank you to LAIF for recognizing the critical role that our teachers play and the impact that they have. I think for many of us, it's always one of our favorite nights because it's just, you leave the room so uplifted. And it kind of really does tie in with our theme this year of For Good, because one of the things we realize, even our teachers here, as much as we talk about the difference they're making in the lives of kids, every single one of those teachers, and I see one or two in the back of the room right there, also talked about how the students have impacted them as teachers and made their lives richer and deeper. So thank you, LAIF, for being able to allow us to recognize our Teachers of the Year. I won't read all the names, but they've been up there for everyone to see. And then May is a month that we have traditionally held as Employee Appreciation Month. And we cannot accomplish this without amazing partners. PTA and friends of groups and different parent groups do such a wonderful job of spoiling and really showing their love and attention to our staff at each of the school sites. And the district, we try to do that as well. Being a public institution, finances are a little bit harder for us to be able to give watches or other monetary gifts to really show our appreciation. But you can see there's so many days throughout the year. You got to get some glasses or be able to read some fine print from National Counseling Week all the way down to Special Education Day. From a calendar standpoint, these are the various days. We try to lump them all within the month of May, and then we send out baskets of candy. And while candy doesn't show appreciation enough, it's just the actual gesture to show, let them know that we are so grateful for all the work that our employees do. We also have been celebrating the spring with our longevity pins at each ceremonies at each of our schools. And kind of full circle, tomorrow we're doing our retirement ceremony at the district office. So just interesting. So thankful to our employees. One of the things I've said for so many years in different roles that I've had is that the hallmark of this district are the people. And I could not believe that more with every inch and fiber of who I am. And we're so lucky to have an exceptional team that goes above and beyond for our students and our families. And then really excited, I don't recall that this has happened to Los Alamitos Unified in my time, and I'm only 8 years, starting my 8th year in this role. But we have one of our students, PTA Reflections, is a national winner. So I think a couple board meetings ago, it might have even been the last, I presented about our students who from our district went on to 4th District Council, which is basically Orange County, who then went on to the state. And then one of our students actually did receive the national recognition. And what a beautiful piece of art from Mivian Shaw, who's a 2nd grade student at Lee Elementary School. I know, it's beyond impressive. And I love what the student wrote regarding the artwork. And so I'm just going to draw attention to it. And these are the student's words in the submission. I drew a picture of different people from different cultures in little parts. I've always been bullied and people have hurt my feelings because of where and what culture I come from. Drawing this picture helps me express that no matter what culture and background we come from, we are all one. And each piece plays a different part in our lives. And that's from a second grade student. So such depth and such amazing artwork. And I can see why it's a national winner. I know, drop the mic, right? Pretty impressive. So big shout out to PTA and for all that they do to help really organize the reflections. And so nice to see that one of our students received this recognition. So I wanted to highlight that. Also, as we know, this is our last board meeting before all of the end of the year school activities. So we still meet in the summer, which I'll talk about a little bit later, but I did want to make sure the community is aware of the various end of the year activities and have the dates and promotions that are coming on. And so lots of things winding up as the year winds down. The intensity continues. So we have our 5th grade award nights at our elementary schools. You'll see them over in the left-hand column at various locations, dates and times, but between May 12th and May 28th at different times. Again, you'll be able to see that there. Look for your school if you're there. Our 8th grade awards night for McAuliffe and Oak Middle School are both on May 19th, both at 5 p.m. Senior awards night is at the Performing Arts Center on May 21st. Coming up next weekend is the senior car parade. So we're excited about that at the shops at Rossmore. One of the things that I think is unique when you're part of a one high school town and district is that all of our seniors can come back and visit the elementary schools. And what I love too is some of our seniors, they didn't go to school at our elementary schools. And so they will go and visit a school if they want, or even some of our students who attended our elementary schools, but maybe they went on to a private school or somewhere else. We invite them to come back and still say hello to the teachers and staff. But really it's the impact and the impression that those seniors have on the elementary students. And so that's always an exciting day. Baccalaureate, that's a promotional graduation activity put on by students for students. And so that's on June 2nd at 6:30 p.m. on our football field, the Johns Barn Field. Graduation will be at Dignity Health Tennis Stadium on June 4th. And all of our other promotion dates are also up here. So our elementary schools are spreading it out between 3 days, between June 2nd and June 4th, the different times you can see there. Both McAuliffe and Oak do their 8th grade promotions on the Johns Barn football field at Los Alamitos High School on June 3rd. One's at 4:30 and the next one's at 7:30, and they rotate that every other year. So no one gets a desired time each time. Our adult transition program is having their promotion ceremony on June 1st at 11:30. That's here at the district office right outside the patio, outside of their rooms. So that's always a highlight for us as well. And again, I already mentioned it, but since I wanted to put all the promotions back, you'll see the high school graduation is on June 4th. And with that, I thought, since this is the last board meeting when school's in session, we do a little things differently in the summer. We do not meet in July. We have 2 meetings in June. So we will have a board meeting June 9th and June 23rd. But during the school year, we traditionally start with a workshop at 4, and then we carry on into the business portion of the meeting at 6 p.m. And in the summer, we will just plow through our meetings starting at 4 and going through, so that they actually might end before 6 p.m. Or 7 p.m. instead. So for anybody or the community who wants to come, please make note of the time changes. And then August 4th is still the board meeting in August before school starts. School doesn't start until about the 13th, 15th of the month, unless you're at Weaver. And that board meeting will also be at 4 p.m. And then I wanted to just spend the last portion of my superintendence is to just do a spotlight. Sometimes different programs, it's nice to highlight. And I don't know, a lot of people think of our district as UTK or transitional kindergarten through 12th grade. And they may not know that we actually have a robust preschool program, child development center, along with, I highlighted earlier, our adult transition program here at the district office. So I want to highlight our preschool program. Our preschool program currently serves students who are just under 3 years old, 2 years and 9 months through 5 years old. We have 8 full-day parent-paid preschool classrooms across all 6 of our elementary school sites. And then we have 3 partial day programs that are at Rossmore and LAE. And we also run a state preschool program that are embedded within over at Rossmore and LAE. And for families who need both schooling or childcare during those ages, the program is from 7 a.m. available to families until 6 p.m. And the part-time program is a 3-hour a.m. or p.m. session, depending, and only Rossmore Elementary has the p.m. And next year, we are expanding our preschool program. So we're going to be opening a new part-time, and it's a collaborative preschool classroom at Lee Elementary. And so this classroom really is an inclusive learning environment. It serves both general education students and special education preschool students through a co-teach model. And we've heard a lot of co-teach models throughout. And this is a general education teacher and an ed specialist. And so the program is going to offer a 3-hour AM preschool option. There is some tuition-based enrollment that's there, as well as our state preschool for families that qualify for families that qualify for free preschool. But this expansion reflects our commitment to inclusion and meeting the growing community needs for additional part-time preschool opportunities. So next year, the 3-hour preschool programs, in addition to full-day programs, will be offered at McGaw, LAE, Lee, and Rossmore. And then the full programs are at every school site, but we're expanding our part-time programs. So if you're a parent or you're a community member who has interest in attending our preschools, it's never too late to get on a wait list. We do have really strong enrollment at all of our sites. Right now, Hopkinson and LAE, Rossmore, and Weaver have 2 preschool classrooms that currently have openings, along with we have some availability at McGaw. And we want to encourage families to get on the wait list, even if your preferred site is full, because you never know when parents change their mind or things of that sort, or new opportunities arise, or somebody moves out of the area. And so it's great to get on that list. And so there is a little information or a link for you if you have information. But I think what really says it better than me reading to all of you and kind of talking through our slides is this exceptional video that really talks about our preschool program that our PIO, Nicole Pichardo, worked with Nadia Williams, who oversees our preschool program, our Child Development Center. And I think you're in for a treat, because you cannot help but to smile as you're watching this video.
Welcome to the Los Alamitos Unified Child Development Center's preschool program, where curiosity grows, friendships begin, and the love of learning starts early. Our mission is to provide a nurturing and educational environment where every child can thrive. Through play, exploration, and hands-on learning, children build the foundational skills they need for lifelong success. In our classrooms, learning is guided by an emergent curriculum, meaning lessons grow from the interests and ideas of the children themselves. Our teachers observe, listen, and create engaging experiences that spark curiosity and encourage creativity, problem solving, and confidence. Our program aligns with the California Preschool and Transitional Kindergarten Learning Foundations, supporting the development of language, thinking, physical skills, and social growth in children ages 3 through 5. We also support children's social and emotional development through the Ruler program developed by Yale University. Children learn to recognize, understand, and manage their emotions while building positive relationships with others. We take a whole child approach, supporting cognitive, physical, social, and emotional development through meaningful learning experiences. We value strong partnerships with families and work together to create a community where every child feels safe, supported, and inspired to learn. At Los Alamitos Unified Child Development Center's preschool program, we're not just preparing children for TK or kindergarten, we're helping them build the confidence, curiosity, and skills for a lifetime of learning. And we're enrolling now. You can enroll your child today by visiting www.losal.org/CDC.
Dr. Pulver, before you go on, I do have a question.
Yes.
So if we can go back, I didn't know we had a baby griffin logo.
Baby Griff.
Baby
Yes.
Griff. I was unaware of Baby Griff. I am absolutely loving it. Thank you.
It is, yes. Mrs. Williams, I think our preschool program has really been tying that in. And Baby Griff is right there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Not that we don't need to watch it again, but really I know we can, but as the school year is wrapping up, I just want to be able to extend my gratitude to this entire community, our staff, our families, our students, our administrators. We just want to wish everyone a safe and wonderful and restful summer recess, as we won't be meeting again publicly here at the district through a board meeting until after the school year ends.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pulver. That was wonderful. Thank you for sharing so much to celebrate. We're really looking forward to it. So now I would like a motion for an adoption of resolution. Mr. Forham.
I move adoption of resolution 2025-2026-22 in recognition of our student board member, Bryn Smith. Whereas Bryn has served as the Los Alamitos student representative to the school board for the 2025-26 school year and is a valued member of the Los Alamitos High School ASB. Whereas Bryn has been attending Los Alamitos schools at all three levels, first at Lee, then Oak, and finally at Los Al High School. Whereas Bryn has been involved in multiple school activities, including senior class council, link crew, choir, track, cross country, and ASB. Whereas Bryn has also dedicated her time to activities beyond the school community, including working as a summer camp counselor at Los Altos United Methodist Church. Additionally, Bryn values spending quality time with her family and friends above all else. She also enjoys connecting with the diverse people of Los Al, learning more about her community, and contributing in meaningful ways that make a positive impact on the lives of others. Whereas Bryn has received leadership recognition for her participation in the Los Alamitos ASB, and she will be attending San Diego State University in the fall, majoring in history. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Education that Bryn Smith is be recognized and publicly commended for her outstanding representation and service to the Los Alamitos Unified School District.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Forham. And do I have a second?
I'll second.
And I do believe it's a roll call. Mrs. D'Angelo?
Mrs. Parasani.
Aye.
Mrs. Davidson. Mrs. Hill.
Aye.
Mr. Forehand.
Aye.
Mr. Bragman.
Aye.
Wonderful. So now it has been resolved that we are recognizing you, and I believe we are going to go forward with a recognition, and I'm going to turn it over to Papa for him.
On behalf of the Board of Education, we collected, and as well Dr. Pulver, a gift for you. So looking at the outside, but more importantly, Bryn, you need to know that the board had a special medal minted just for you. It's the first ever great job. So on behalf of the board, thank you and congratulations.
So you have done just an extraordinary time, not just telling us about what's going on at the high school, but also bringing us a real flavor of it and really sharing with us the joy and the accomplishments of all your classmates. And I really appreciate that and appreciate you giving us such a flavor for what's been going on. And we know that you have amazing things in front of you, and glad that you have spent this last 9 months with us. And so to that, you have the lovely resolution that was just written. And then somewhere in your dorm room, or maybe you leave it at home, we do have an honor to your service of the Board of Education, Los Alamitos Unified. And it says you are the student board rep for 2025 to 2026. Thank you. Would you like to introduce your family?
I would. Here's my dad. Stand up. Stand up. Here's my dad, and here's my mom.
And you have had one, if not both of them, at every meeting, I do believe. So you have very supportive and wonderful parents and a great community, and we look forward to seeing great things come out of you. Open it. Wonderful. So we will move on, and our next item is, I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Reed. It is the Los Alamitos High School Associated Student Body Recognition.
Thank you so much, President Hill. And to help me out with this, I'm going to welcome to the podium our Los Alamitos High School Activities Director, Mrs. Lauren LaBoche.
Good evening, Madam President, Superintendent Pulver, esteemed board members, executive cabinet, and the Los Alamitos community. It is my honor this evening to present on behalf of ASB. It is my pleasure to introduce, it's my pleasure to introduce our new student representative to the Board of Education for the 2026-2027 school year, Emma Jimenez. As a proud Hopkinton Husky, Oak Lion, and now Los Alamitos Griffin, Emma is a passionate, ambitious, and thoughtful student who truly embodies the 4 A's. Throughout her time at Los Al, Emma has challenged herself through rigorous coursework while also participating in both soccer and the cross-country program. One of Emma's greatest passions is promoting inclusion through kindness through her involvement in the Best Buddies Club. Through events like Abilities Awareness Week and leadership opportunities such as the Youth Summit, Emma has demonstrated a commitment to advocacy, connection, and ensuring every student feels valued. Emma's passion for service and school culture is also what inspired her to become a member of ASB. She believes ASB plays a critical role in building the character and culture of a school while creating opportunities for students to collaborate, be creative, and make a positive impact on others. Emma values the opportunity to help create meaningful experiences for her peers and strives to foster an environment where every Griffin feels included, supported, and connected. Please join me in welcoming Emma Jimenez. Okay, I would also like to take a moment to recognize and thank our amazing 18 seniors who have been with us this year. These students have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to create meaningful events, build school spirit, support their fellow students, and strengthen the culture of our campus. Their passion, creativity, and commitment have left a lasting impact on our school community, and we are incredibly grateful for all you have given to LoSal and to ASB. We are proud to recognize each of them right now. As I call your name, if you could come up, please. Yeah? Okay, Aiden Lee. Bryn Schmidt. Kiara Baldini. Colby Letterman. Dasha Fallon. President Ella Partisani. Emma Foyt. Jordan Jackson. Laika Zavahir. Lexi Kariakos. Isla Nash. Vice President Izzy Leon Huber. Maddie Hernandez. Magnus Hennessy. Noe Hart. Sophia Mason. Serena Forsythe. And last but not least, Trent Massey. Thank you all so much, truly, for your dedication, creating such a positive and family culture in ASB. It is through your leadership that we have truly had such a successful year. So thank you, guys. Yeah, sure.
So before they go back down, let's take a quick picture. Yes, of course. You want two lines, or are you good with the line? Awesome.
We are extremely proud of your leadership and all that you do for the high school. And I believe Mrs. Partisani has a few words to say.
Yes. Well, I'll be honest. I come to this one personally. My own kids are involved in ASB. So I've seen up close what this actually looks like. The late nights, the behind the scenes hustle, the details nobody sees, but everybody feels. These students, under the leadership of Mrs. Lavash and Mrs. Shanaker, are the ones making sure every kid feels like they belong here. They build this spirit, but they hold the culture, and they show up for the school with one goal: to make everybody shine. They even visit our elementary schools, giving younger kids something bigger to dream about and want to be part of something bigger. In academia, we talk about what drives academic success, and belonging always comes at the top. And in ASB, that they make it real every single day. And so honestly, genuinely, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for making our school such a place that's inclusive, that's thriving, and where everybody feels seen and feels like they belong. So thank you, ASB.
Our next piece of business is I am looking for a motion to approve the appointment of student representative.
I second.
Wonderful. All those in favor? Aye.
I just want to be clear. Who are we?
Emma Gemini. Sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
let's make sure she gets her due time. So we're appointing Emma Jimenez to the board for the 26-27 school year.
Thank you, Dr. Emma, it was an absolute pleasure to interview you. And when I look at your resume and you talk about your skills of your strong public speaking skills and your communication, your leadership and your collaboration, those came through loud and clear. And we are just really, really honored to have you serve with us next year. Thank you very much. And I don't believe we voted. We did vote. We did not vote. We did not vote. Thank you. So all of those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. Thank you so much.
Just a reminder to stay because we want to do pictures and we do the passing of the gavel, but that will be at the recess time.
Okay. And then we are moving on to our next item, which it's the Los Alamitos Education Foundation report and community presentation. And I would love Mrs. Lowe to come to the podium.
Good evening to the school board, cabinet, and everyone who's here. I am Carrie Logue, and I'm the executive director of LAIF. LAIF is the Los Alamitos Education Foundation, and we are the nonprofit partner of the whole school district, which includes Seal Beach, Rossmore, Los Alamitos, and 2 small parts of Long Beach and Cypress, if I have that correct. All 6 elementaries, both middle schools, and Los Al High School. Our mission is to prepare every child in our district for college and beyond, and our tagline is we enhance educational excellence. Just since there's so many ASB students in the room, have any of you ever taken a LAIF after school class, like elementary, middle? Okay. We do a lot of them. So LAIF was established back in 1982. I started my career in education as a history teacher, so I think it's important that we look back. It was the Friends of the Seal Beach School District before Los Al even unified. And that 501c3 was reestablished in 1985 to reflect our district's unification. In 1989, fundraising under LAIF built the Performing Arts Center at Los Al High School with $250,000 raised back then, which was a lot of money. And then from 1998 through 2005, more funds were raised really to support technology infrastructure across the district during those rapidly changing times. In 2009, work began to establish a more formal, sustainable LAIF. So Diana Hill was a part of that, as well as Andrea Reed, 2 folks at the dais. So thank you for your initial work to establish LAIF's strong foundation. The summer of 2010 brought our first Summer Enrichment Institute, and from there, after-school classes followed shortly thereafter. Our King and Queen of Hearts campaign was our big fundraising signature event and campaign that lasted from November 2013 through February 2024. Back in the fall of 2014, we partnered with our superintendents to bring the State of the District breakfast to the community, which continues to this day. And our major donor group, the Los Al Leadership Circle, was established in 2018. Over the past year and a half or so, we switched our major fundraising event to LAIF's Night Out, which debuted in February of 2025, and we had another successful event this past February. LAIF is a big team. I am part of 6 office staff. We hire at least 100 enrichment teachers and instructors throughout the year. We have six campus coordinators that serve at our elementary schools, classroom assistants, as well as our volunteer board of directors, which also includes 5 board advisors. Thank you to our superintendent, Dr. Pulver, for serving as an advisor. And we have 10 emeritus board members who graduate from regular board membership and stick around and keep supporting LAIF. So those programs, we are really well known across the community for our after school and summer enrichment. Summer Enrichment Institute is back this summer. We have 4 glorious weeks planned at Rossmore Elementary School with over 200 classes offered across 2 2-week sessions. And it's pretty full. I would say sign up now, but we are really, really low on space in those classes thanks to the huge outpouring of support through registration in our community. Middle school SEI is back for the first time since 2022. So students going into 6th, 7th, and 8th grade are invited to join us at McAuliffe Middle School for a 2-week session. And we continue to offer high school offerings. One I want to point out especially is our college application workshop series. So for juniors out there that are wondering how they can plan for what's next after high school, I invite you to join those fantastic workshops. Our after-school classes take place in a spring and fall session every year. This year we had over 500 classes offered across all 9 schools, and that includes free Spanish for students in TK through 3rd grade. We also partner with our coaches and directors at Los Al High School to provide summer camps and clinics. Those many are available right now on our website, and you can find out the details there. And we support our STEAM fairs across all school campuses, and LAIF provides a teacher stipend to coordinate that event as well as a budget for the expenses. And already mentioned was our Teacher of the Year dinner that just happened. So thank you, Dr. Pulver, for mentioning that. It truly is a beautiful celebration. I kind of joke about how many tears I will cry because it's just this beautiful, heartwarming event that truly brings everyone to tears when we stop and reflect on the impact of these amazing educators. And we're very fortunate to have all of these folks in Los Al that we could celebrate this year. State of the District already mentioned, as well as the STEAM fairs, and Griff Friends, which is coming up later this month, are events that LAIF is proud to sponsor in partnership with the district. So in addition to all those programs, we raise money to give to Los Al kids. So our STEAM and Innovation grants have now reached $846,000 in direct donations. Student Wellness is at over $720,000. That built our well spaces across the district and supports our interns that work out of the well spaces to bring additional support. Scholarships are important to us because we are for all Los Al kids. So we give 75% off of our program fees for any family that has a need, and we will do far more than that so that every kid has access. Those scholarships are up to $324,000. And coming up, Senior Awards Night for the seniors in the room, LAIF is really honored to partner with so many different folks in the community that bring scholarships to graduating seniors. We also give our own scholarship, and we have many memorial funds that LAIF supports in memory of many educators that served in our community. Moving on from there, something I don't talk about too much is something called love grants. This is something where when we hear about a tragedy in our community, we go into their registration account for LAIF and we like to put a couple $1,000s in there. And it's just because families go through hard times, and what we want is for them to not have to worry about paying for some fun classes or camps for their kids. So that's something we do behind the scenes that I thought might be fun to share out. We also, within about the last 3 or 4 years, started providing staff members to aid students with special needs in our after-school classes to, again, just make efforts to reduce the barriers so that all kids can have access to our enrichment education. During the school day, we partner with Project Seek and the administration at McGaw to bring the staff member for the art program, as well as the teacher at Rossmore in the STEM lab. So that's Anya Capon and Melissa Bluyat, who are employees of LAIF, little known fact, and we're glad to have those partnerships and bring those instructional moments into the school day. In addition, we pay a facilities use fee for all of our classes and camps that operate, another little known fact. This year it was $130,000, and since 2011 it's $1.375 million in direct funding to the district for our facilities use. So that brings our total since 2013 to 3.65, I'll round up, million in direct dollars directly to the district and our schools. So I think that deserves a little applause. And we can't do what we do without the involvement of our amazing, generous community. So how can you support LAIF? Enroll a child in one of our classes or camps. That's a great way to do it. Donate. We will take any donation. We especially love folks who support at $24 a month to give kids access to our classes that can't afford it. And if you'd like to be a part of our major donor group, the LoSal Leadership Circle, that starts at $1,000 annually, which breaks down to $84 a month. And LAIF's Night Out is coming back for the third year, Saturday, February 28th, never too early to mark your calendar. And if you don't want to come to the event, you can shop the online auction. If you know a business that might want to sponsor, there's lots of ways to get involved and support LoSal kids. And I have been with LAIF for 12 and a half years, and I recently announced that I am moving on professionally. So I will be serving full-time through the end of the month, and then will continue at quarter time with LAIF until my replacement is in place. And it's just been a complete honor to spend these years. I'm gonna cry because it's what I do. I will share that I'm going to be moving into nonprofit consulting, so I will still be serving the nonprofit sector and working with other organizations, lots of organizations in our community. And it was something that happened quite suddenly. It really just fell in my lap, and so it just has been such an honor to be a part of LAIF for these last 12 and a half years. I'm really proud of how much we've grown. I put a note up there about our annual income growing from about 300,000 when I joined to 2.8 million as of last year. We're at 19 million in revenue generated during my time with LAIF. And that's not something I can own on my own. I'm honored to be the leader of our staff and to interface with our amazing volunteer board of directors and all the community members that join our leadership circle. It's just phenomenal the way LoSal steps up and just rallies around our kids, as we always say. So I cannot take the credit alone, certainly, but I am proud of the leadership that I've brought to the organization and the way we've grown. So, but I'll still be here. I'm a proud LoSal parent. I'm a Seal Beach resident. I'm committed to continue as a personal LAIF donor and leadership circle member. And like I mentioned, I'm going to be around until my replacement is ready to take LAIF to the next level, which is what I really know will happen. I'm proud of where we are now, and I'm even more excited to see where LAIF blossoms to under new leadership. And so... so follow us on Instagram. We have a really good page. Yeah, if you don't yet.
So Carrie, amazing
Yeah.
presentation. Thank you so much. We had talked, I think, a year or so ago and said, you know, I think it's really important that we have an opportunity for the whole community to hear about what LAIF does, because I think they see several little pieces of it, but they don't see it all together. And so I just think it's so incredibly apropos that you should be making that first presentation to the board. And unfortunately, it'll be your last, but we're just really eternally grateful for all you've done and all that you have led LAIF to, and it has been amazing. And so we want to do some recognition of you. So that means you can't move at this point in time, because we need to, this is not a vote, but we need to work on recognizing you. And I think Papa and Dr. Pulver are coming to the podium, and then I think a couple board members will want to say a thing or two.
Okay.
So as Mrs. Hill shared, yes, seems kind of interesting timing. We had planned this almost a year ago, to have LAIF present after all of our school reports in our high schools. Was just last board meeting, and so we invited LAIF to present tonight. But it is with my esteemed pleasure and heartfelt gratitude to really recognize the exceptional service and role that Carrie has served as the executive director for LAIF for the past 12 and a half years. You know, one of the, I think any really successful district is lucky to be able to have an ed foundation to really help support the work that a school district does, and not very many districts have it. I've had other districts reach out to me to ask how can they form an ed foundation to be able to help support the ongoing work that districts try to do, and it's not from the role of the superintendent. It's really the role of the community and so many others who have stepped up, and I think that is just paramount to, I think, to the leadership that Carrie has done over the 12 and a half years. I think all of us now kind of, whenever we think of LAIF, we think of Carrie, because you have really built LAIF. And yes, we had some exceptional key leaders who laid the early foundations for it, including Mrs. Hill and Mrs. Reed, and even Evelyn Garcia, who I see in the back in some of it early days. But really, Carrie, you've taken it from an organization, I think of maybe, did you guys have one, maybe two staff members? To, as you just shared, a staff of 6. And so that is really impressive. When we think about all of the opportunities they provide, really rich and rewarding extracurricular programs, and our community ravishes it. And so you're providing such a quality program for our students to go after school in the summer. You're focused on mental health. And when we were looking at building well spaces at our 2 middle schools with a partnership with Chalk and the county, they were only going to do middle schools. And that wasn't going to suffice for us here in LaSalle. And so we knew that the mental health needs of our students were growing and magnifying throughout the community as well. And so we really had a vision to be able to open a well space at Los Alamitos High School. And those were times when funds were very bleak. And so LAIF just championed it. The entire community of LAIF made their whole fundraising effort, the February campaign, to donate. I think, what was that, over $250,000, almost $250,000 to build a well space at Los Alamitos High School. That would not have been possible without LAIF's leadership and the generous donors to support LAIF. And then from there, through some of that, and actually through the state of the district, a very generous family, the Sethys, said, we want to get involved in that. And so they helped spearhead some of the donations and partnered with the district and with LAIF. So then it was kind of a 3-part partnership to create the Oasis Well Space. And then it became so mission central to LAIF that LAIF wanted to support how we can make this at our elementary schools, and how providing funding for interns, wellness counselor interns, so that we can increase the number of bodies servicing our students, whether it be the innovation grants at our elementary schools, our middle school and high school. You just come alongside, and I think I was talking to a few board members from LAIF who said, Carrie, you were like the perfect unicorn for LAIF, and to be able to serve in that role for 12 and a half years. And you have seen it grow, you have seen it evolve, and that's thanks to your leadership. LAIF has not been stagnant. It has changed, as you saw, just the fundraising efforts. The leadership circle really came out of your exceptional leadership and the role of the board. And she's always been extremely focused on inclusivity and how LAIF can continue to be, in LaSalle, we want to make sure all doors are open to all kids. And sometimes some of the after school programs were not as well open to some of our students with unique challenges or special needs. And so LAIF provided funding to make sure that students with special needs, if they needed an instructional aid or some additional assistance, to be able to access the after school program or the summer program, that they provide those opportunities. And that was mission central with their support of Griff Friends. And it just carries on and carries on. And so, Carrie, it's going to be really hard to fill your shoes. It's always hard to fill the role of somebody when they've done exceptional work. But I know that that individual is out there because, as Carrie would say as well, LAIF is bigger than any one individual. Any leader does not want to see an organization fall apart after they leave. They hope that they put really strong systems in place to really just make sure that the organization expands and continues to blossom. And I think you and your exceptional board and your staff continue to do that. And when you get Carrie as the executive director for LAIF, it's a family affair. I mean, we've seen her husband, her parents, and her child in so many of the LAIF events. And so thank you to your family as well, because that takes time away from family to put in all of these extra efforts. And the beautiful thing is it's not just impacting her child, it's impacting 8,800-ish kids and then some, because there are people outside our community come to us in the summer to take advantage of our amazing programs. So with that, I want to turn it over to our president, Mrs. Hill, to further extend our appreciation. We have a small gift for you and a certificate of appreciation. It is very heavy. That's because she has put in some heavy work these last 12 and a half years.
I love that. So yes, you do have to hold that.
It's pretty. Gorgeous.
And then we do have a certificate from the Los Alamitos Unified School Board of Education and Administration congratulating and not condemning, but commending you for exceptional leadership, partnership, and lasting contributions to Los Alamitos Unified and the greater community through the Los Alamitos Education Foundation. And we could not, we know how lucky we have been to have you the last 12 and a half years, Carrie, and we hope that you are able to take all that you learned here and go on and help many others accomplish great things. So I do know we have some board members who also want to say something, so you feel free to put that down.
Good point.
Papa.
Okay. On behalf of the Board of Education, we had it specially minted just for you.
Thank you.
It is the You Make a Difference medal with a wonderful thank you on the back.
Thank you.
You are a gift to all of us, and the Board of Education appreciates it.
Mrs. Parasani, I believe you had a few words you wanted to share.
Yes, I would love to. Well, Carrie, what you have built at LAIF for the past 12 and a half years is really worthy of a pause and a celebration again. And you know, as a former LAIF board member, I had the privilege of having a front row seat to many of the hard work and really innovations that you put in place. You know, you challenged the board to rise to the moment. You raised the bar on what LAIF can do and can be. You built the team, the fundraising. It was your idea to come up with the leadership circle that is going to help make all of this last. And you know, LAIF is stronger and more capable today because of the foundation that you laid. And that's what great leaders do. You know, they make sure the mission lives beyond them, and you've done that. Carrie, as a Los Al parent and a Seal Beach resident, you poured your heart into this community, and this community is better for it. The kids who found their passion in an after-school program, the teachers energized by the innovation grants that LAIF gave out, and the students who walked into a wellness center on a day that they just had a bad day, you know, they felt your work, even if they didn't know your name. So thank you for that. I think that's what really real legacy is all about, and that's what you've left behind. So thank you.
Mrs. Davidson.
So everybody's approached it from all of your accomplishments, which are so many, and I just want to take it from two different angles. The first one is like probably a little less emotional for me than the second one. As a former teacher, the teachers out there know that teachers every year in September, well, now it's August, are very busy gathering supplies and using their own money to build their classrooms, and because it's hard to fund everything. LAIF has made that possible in gigantic ways, whereas we were maybe trying to get wipe-off boards and things like that back in the old days. Now you help fund technology in classrooms in ways that are advancing our kids' knowledge, but also inspiring them to do great things and pursue their dreams and have curiosity about possibilities. What LAIF does for us on our campuses is gigantic, but it's also very personal. And I'm so grateful for the way that you've made a difference in every teacher's life and enabled many of our educators to do things that really we wouldn't necessarily be able to do. And then the second one, I thank you on behalf of my husband and me. When we lost our daughter, we started a scholarship, and it was challenging to know the legalities and the ways, how we had to account for how we were writing checks and all of that, and we're pulling together the funds. And you came along, and LAIF came along and took over, stepped in and said, we can handle the banking and the legalities and all of that aspect of it. You just work with the counselors and find the kids. I think probably we wouldn't. Stephanie passed away in 1998. She was in ASB. She loved it, head cheerleader, loved LaSalle with all her heart. And I believe that we might not have been able to keep going just because of the whole structure of it, and neither of us were probably educated in that way. But because of LAIF, we were able to keep doing it, and we've given over 100 scholarships. And we do that with our daughter's memory and her love for LaSalle in mind. And I thank you with all my heart for so gracefully stepping in and doing that and helping us every single year. Thank you.
Mr. Brackman.
Carrie, I'll be pretty quick, but I just want to thank you, and we're all thanking you from different places, but it's been fun to see you as a part of the leadership circle and as a LAIF supporter, but as a dad that works and has too many jobs, being able to have my daughter in those enrichment classes after school and having her in the summer classes as a dad allowed me to be able to do my job to my best ability while I knew she was having the best experiences. So when she was in STEM class, when she was doing cheer or dance and doing all these different things, that made me feel so safe to know my daughter was somewhere else while I was working. And that, as a parent, is all you could ever ask for. So I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. It is made, when we came into LaSalle, I think she was in second grade. And right away, she's going to be in LAIF classes. And I became a LAIF liaison. I got to be around it a little bit in the afternoons. And it made me feel like this is something every single student should have an opportunity to have. So I appreciate that. I know that you're leaving us in good hands. We'll miss you. But again, you're going to be around. And so we'll continue to hit you up for everything we can. But thank you again as a dad. Yeah.
So Carrie, would you like to introduce your family quickly?
My husband, Daniel, daughter, Annika, and my parents, Paul and Linda.
And I know that you have a lot of people that are supporting you and that are here for you, that are in the audience, because you have impacted so many. So I need to do one quick bit of business. I would love a motion to move recess before board comments.
So moved.
All those in favor? Aye. So we're going to go ahead and now go into recess so we can take photos. Thank you so much. I would also like to propose that we have a motion to move public comments on open session up before our board comments.
Second.
We have a movement with Mr. Forham, a second with Mrs. Davidson. All of those in favor? Aye. All right, wonderful. So I do get to read this lovely thing. Public comments, open session items, non-agendized. Persons wishing to address the board should complete a speaker request card request card prior to the start of the meeting. Speaker cards may be submitted to the district office beginning at 9 a.m. on the day of the meeting and will also be accepted at the start of the meeting. This is an opportunity for community members to address the board regarding agenda items or matters that are not on the agenda. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes for a total public comments limited to 30 minutes. Speakers may not relinquish or transfer their time to another. When addressing the board, speakers are requested to come to the podium, state their name, and adhere to the established time limits. In accordance with the Brown Act, the board may not discuss or take action on items not listed on the posted agenda and cannot immediately respond to public comments. Speakers are reminded that comments that are made during public meetings remain subject to applicable laws regarding defamatory and false statements. So, with that lovely thing being read, we may now move to our public comments. And I believe that all of our public comments are coming from our robotics team. And I do want to know if there was any order in which you would like to speak. You have an order. Okay, so why don't you take initiative and come to the podium, whoever wants to be first, and then I will make sure that that is the first person that we record.
Haas Harmon.
And your name is?
Haas Harmon.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Haas. Okay.
Good evening. I'd like to begin by thanking you all for the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Haas Harmon, and I'm a current junior at Los Alamitos High School and captain of the Los Al Robotics team. I joined the team in my freshman year during that year's summer camp. The mission of Los Al Robotics, or as we call ourselves, the Golden Griffins, is to provide a gold standard for hands-on STEM and business education within the Los Al community. Our vision for the team is to serve as a community hub, enabling students across the district to get the best hands-on experience in engineering, problem-solving, collaboration, and leadership. In recent years, Los Al Robotics has come far towards this goal, in large part thanks to the support of this school board, the community, and organizations like LAIF. From showing up to cheer on the team at competitions to providing critical resources that enable our mission, we sincerely thank you for your support. Our goal tonight is to showcase the many ways in which your continued support has enabled our team to make a positive impact on our community and provide transformative experiences for our students. As a First Robotics Competition, or FRC, team, competing is a core component of our activities, enabling our members to get experience making technical decisions in a fun, competitive, and collaborative environment. Our team was founded in 2016 for that express purpose. Back then, we had only 10 team members, no permanent space on campus, and zero knowledge of how to compete. Over the years, we worked hard to record the lessons our team learns every season, networked with teams across the world, and connected with mentors to help maintain the long-term continuity of the team and provide professional knowledge for our students to learn from. This year, our team saw a great deal of competitive success, finishing 3rd and 5th at the LA and OC district tournaments and attending the Southern California State Championship. We've performed well in events before, but this season was especially satisfying. It was consistently our own team's work that pushed us to higher levels as opposed to relying primarily on the success of others, as we often had in previous years. Many factors contributed to our performance this season, but some of the most prominent were the changes we were able to make to our design process due to the resources we had access to. For one, having a permanent space on campus for the past 2 years has enabled us to finally settle down and look towards new ways of expanding our presence at school and within our community. Having an increased budget made possible by the financial support of the school board, LAIF, PTSA, and many new sponsors has allowed us to invest more in our prototyping process, iterating and experimenting with new designs, giving us the chance to try out more ideas before settling. And having access to both the testing room and outdoor practice field at LAHS enabled us to see how our ideas worked in the real world and build on them, a key part of the engineering design process. Thank you so much for all of your support this season, and I look forward to our continued collaboration in the future.
Thank you, Haas. Our next speaker will be
Tai Vu. Can I start?
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, hello, I'm Tai Vu. I'm the business documentation and outreach lead for our amazing team, the Golden Griffins, which Haas perfectly described. But now I'm going to be talking about some of our specific programs, and I'm excited to share them. So one of our most impactful initiatives is the LAFES Robotics Summer Camp, where we provide over 40 students with not just technical skills in programming, manufacturing, and design, but also collaboration, perseverance, and critical thinking skills. Not just this, but our flagship project in this program allows students to construct their own robot from scratch, which we use to compete during our off-season, allowing the next generation of engineers to witness their own project being used in competition. This year, we are expanding this program with the help of LAFE and other organizations to reach even more people and expand the impact of this initiative. We continue our mission to inspire our community through showcases across the Los Alamitos Unified School District that reach hundreds of curious students. At elementary schools such as Weaver and McGaw, we allow the youth community to drive our robot and play mini games to spread awareness and interest in robotics. And as we all know, kids learn best through play. Being able to witness ordinary children figuring out the controls of the robot, discovering, oh, that button makes the intake work, or oh no, that robot is going the wrong direction when I move the control. And ultimately, it was ultimately incredible to watch, especially when they completed the game through their adaptation and problem-solving skills. This serves as our catalyst for our campaign to spread curiosity for our next generation of youth members, next generation of engineers, programmers, and ultimately problem solvers who make up our community tomorrow. These programs support the voices of the youth community, which was only made possible through the help of organizations like you, who are dedicated to making the Los Al community engaged and educated. We want to extend our deep gratitude and showcase the direct product of your support. Thank you.
Oh, I know Jonathan.
Hello.
Hi.
Just for, I guess, formality, my full name is Jonathan Q, or QIU.
Thank you very much.
Right. Good evening, distinguished board. My name is Jonathan Q, and I currently serve as the vice captain and design lead of robotics team 6220. But I'm not here to talk about my title. I'm here to talk about how robotics has allowed us to grow, not just materially or physically, but personally. For some background, me and a lot of my fellow peers first joined robotics in our freshman summer for the robotics summer camp. We were students with plenty of curiosity and drive, but simply didn't know where to start. So robotics provided the opportunity to direct that passion into something real, from learning how to drill to professional computerized design. But besides learning the technical skills of engineering, we grew to know the very foundation of it, which was failure. I mean, it's easy to talk about engineering problem solving in the abstract. It's another thing, though, to be going through your 5th iteration of pulleys and belts, or your 4th attempt at trying to get these front arms to work, to perfectly function, fold, intake, all within strict size restrictions. And if that sounds a lot, it was. I mean, if we had a coin for every time there was a miscalculation, a week-long setback, a silly engineering mishap that happened, we would have enough money to build a new robot. Slight exaggeration, but you get the point. We fail a lot. But those setbacks weren't wasted time, because on the contrary, they were our most valuable lessons. In a classroom, a mistake is a grade, but in our workshop, a mistake is an invitation to improve. For me personally, it's been 2 years of constant failures and mistakes. And for the students who will follow in our footsteps, I doubt no less. but they will grow from it. I mean, take a look at us for our past 2 years alone, because we have grown to be more than just students who know how to use the drill or rewire a robot. We have grown to become engineers who know how to project every problem with logic and the grit to try again when we fail. We have grown to be leaders, knowing to take that extra step, that initiative, not just for ourselves, but for the people who believed in us. And most importantly, we've grown as a team, because we've grown to understand that people are going to be intrinsically different in their perspectives, their habits, their willingness to clean up the room, and that's okay. Because true teamwork starts when you stop trying to make everyone the same, but rather try to truly understand each other so we can work together. It is the failures and the constant commitment to try again despite it, to grow despite it. That is what made our robot and our team's success this year so much more possible. And while the robots we built will be deassembled year after year, the engineers, the leaders, and the team you have helped us become, we're just getting started. Thank you.
I think I have this figured out. Jessica Joyce?
Good evening. My name is Jessica Joyce. I'm currently a junior, and I've been a member of this team since my freshman year. Over the past 3 years, I've had the opportunity to serve as a marketing lead, representing our team at events across the district and helping to strengthen the connection between robotics and the community around us. Through robotics, I've learned that our team is much more than about building robots. While I originally joined because of my interest in STEM, I quickly discovered how much collaboration and communication are involved in everything we do. Working on the business side of the team teaches us how to organize outreach events, speak with sponsors and community members, and advocate for the importance of STEM education. At the same time, being involved technically has allowed me to develop hands-on engineering and problem-solving skills that I never imagined I'd gain in high school. The opportunities this team has given me, both in business and engineering, are what inspired me to pursue a career in civil engineering. For me, one of the most meaningful experiences has been volunteering and mentoring younger students through our summer programs and outreach events. Watching elementary and middle school students become excited about robots for the first time is incredibly rewarding. Whether it's teaching students how to use simple tools, guiding them through small engineering challenges, or simply encouraging them to ask questions, I've seen how impactful these experiences can be, and it's inspiring to watch these students realize their potential. As a team, we are committed to becoming a center for STEM and business within the Los Alamitos community. Looking ahead, we hope to continue expanding our impact by continuing to lead events at the high school, such as Club Rush and STEM fairs, while also bringing hands-on STEM experiences to younger students through the summer camps, showcases, and outreach programs that Ty mentioned. Building these strong connections across all grade levels, we hope, will create a lasting pipeline that inspires curiosity and confidence in younger students, while strengthening opportunities for those already involved. Thank you for your time and your continued support. We're excited to continue making a lasting impact in our community.
Dr. Pulver, would you like to address the team?
I would be honored. So thank you for our amazing students for educating us each and every single day, tonight included. Exceptional conversations and speeches and enlightening perspectives. And I love, we talk about how it's a powerful way to learn is to make mistakes. And that really is the design engineering aspect, and a formal science teacher in me is really excited about that. But what I also love is, when you guys invited many of us in the community, when you had an open house earlier this year, to really take a look at all that this robotics team does. And I think through that, my lens and my eyes got even broader, because you really showed me how many different teams and subset of teams are involved in the various layers within that. And so it made us really think, and then the amount of time and energy that these students put in, and quite honestly, our amazing parents and community who really volunteer. Some of these individuals, they're working past 9 o'clock at night in the lab space, and maybe that's even a conservative time, but I might not want to say later than that on our campus. And sometimes we think about athletics and performing arts and how much time that they put on the practice on stage or on the field or on the court, but I was say that these engineering students also put that much time, if not more, on weekends and after schools. And so I'm so glad when Mrs. Vienna, Mrs. Kraus really advocated as we were modernizing some of the rooms on the campus that we could find a dedicated space. And I know our director at the time of facilities, Mr. Nolan, really prioritized how we could take a look at trying to provide that appropriate space. And then I want to thank the board, because I think in that too, we started a new idea of providing up to $10,000 for innovation, material, seed funds for some of our student clubs or groups that don't have as much support. And so this year, our board was able to really, through the initiative of our engineering, so that I think that the ripple effect of our robotics team, they were granted $5,000 this year to help carry on the work that they're doing. That didn't even cover the entrance to the first competition. I think the entrance to the first competition was over $6,000, if I recall seeing a PO for that. And so it really takes parents in the community who also give in so many different ways to make extraordinary opportunities for our students to learn lessons that we can probably continue to learn from all of you. So thank you for coming today and continuing to share your passion. And I can't wait to see when is the LAVE class that you guys will be doing in the summer for the youth?
July 6th through 24th.
So July 6th through the 24th, if there's any community members out there, these are some exceptional kids. You would absolutely want to have your kids be a part of such a hands-on and knowing that it's okay to fail, that's just really part of the process. So don't be scared and intimidated, and it'll just be fun. So thank you so much for coming tonight. We appreciate and support you in all of your endeavors.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. I read it before, but I just want you to understand we can't address the comments that you've made. That's why Dr. Pulver did. So I didn't want you to think we were being rude.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. All right, we are going to move on, and now we're going to move on to board comments and communication. And I am going to start with Papa Forham. I'm mixing it up. I'm going to mixing it up every time.
Okay, thank you, President Hill. Again, this month, I want to focus on our number 3 goal, fostering collaboration, partnerships, and shared responsibilities among all students, families, staff, and the community to champion unlimited possibilities, or I take this to mean it takes a village, and we have the best village to reach unlimited possibilities. Our village of support extends into our community, where the Youth Center of Los Alamitos and our Rotary Club celebrates our students who make a difference volunteering for the many of our community's support groups like Rotary, Summer Harvest, National League of Young Men, the Rossmore Women's Club, and many more. The Night Among the Stars event demonstrated the countless hours of volunteering our students do. The LAVE Foundation, if you heard tonight, is huge, and it greatly supports our village, is a village supporter. But I want to specifically share why we say that. Renee, the drama teacher at McAuliffe, shared her grant at a recent Leadership Circle event. Her grant from LAFE was to build a theater program for every student. The up and running theater tech class at McAuliffe teaches our kids the technical side of theater, with theater and set design, marketing and ticket sales, and stage management. This is only one of the many, many, many funded innovation teacher grants totaling $154,264 just for this year, and LAFE certainly supports our village. Our awesome wellness counselors not only take good care of our kids while at school, but they extend themselves to parents and provide parent ed, like last week's parent ed workshop, Emotions, Peer Pressure, Schoolwork, Now What? The wellness counselors make our village stronger for all. Our College and Career Center at Los Al High provides tremendous support to our students as they explore careers and manage the sometimes difficult college applications, including financial aid. Griffin students Tina, Dane, and Araya certainly shared how valuable the College and Career Center is to our families and students in Nicole's video last week. Lastly, across our district, many efforts are being made to provide our students with very special needs inclusion in regular school activities and regular classroom. A recent email from a Los Alamitos High School parent with an autistic child could not say enough about the support her son receives at the high school to participate in JV diving, fire safety tech class, adaptive PE, and yes, instrumental music. The parent also gave a shout out to the LAE third grader who, as their next door neighbor at home, provides support to their son as well. This, as well as all that I mentioned, exemplifies caring for others, but committing to make a difference for all students in our village. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Forham. Mrs. Davidson?
So tonight I would like to focus on a meeting of our Safety and Wellness Committee, as well as honoring those celebrated at the LAIF Teacher of the Year dinner. As board representatives for the Safety and Wellness Committee, Matt and I participated in a Zoom meeting led by our director, Evelyn Garcia. At this meeting, members were informed about all that has been accomplished, work that is underway, and plans for the future. These are just a few highlights of what was shared. The district is engaged in an ongoing evaluation of all emergency preparedness efforts, including a review of all our systems, supplies, emergency equipment, and trainings across the district that are the means by which we keep our students and staff safe in every emergency situation. Our internet safety initiatives, including Gaggle and monitoring systems, a 5-star student program at middle schools, our highly successful mobile device policy implemented this past year, and parent night opportunities related to online safety and digital citizenship. All were a topic of conversation. Clinical safety infrastructure on campuses was addressed as updates on AED maintenance, Narcan availability, EpiPen standing orders, and staff training for CPR, AED, and Narcan was shared. It's not that it's a one-time training. It's not that it's a one-time check. This is an ongoing process that's very diligently upheld by this group. Reflecting upon the well-received parent night called Social Media, AI, and Your Child, What Parents Need to Know, we discussed potentially relevant topics for future parent education nights, the frequency at which these nights should be held, and the importance of providing experts from relevant fields to present on the subject matter when appropriate. Attendance updates were given. That's been a priority, including an overall increase in the attendance rate to 97.88%. Almost 98% of our students are regularly attending, which is an outstanding reflection of this priority given across the district to increase regular attendance by our students. All of this is related to mental health, in that being at school, having a safe environment, knowing that you're cared for is all part of engaging our students. This committee also deeply cares about what's happening in our well space centers. The director and her team support our mental health counselors and our CRT, it's CAT team that goes out in a crisis situation, and we're always updating what needs to be done in those areas. On behalf of the board, I want to express our sincere gratitude to Evelyn and our student services and wellness teams who work with her to make sure every issue of safety and wellness, from mental health to emergency preparedness to physical well-being to parent education, is thoroughly researched, addressed, and constantly revisited in order to create the safest, healthiest environment for students, staff, and community. On April 22nd, LAIF, as Dr. Pulver shared, hosted a dinner that celebrated one teacher from every campus chosen to be the school's Teacher of the Year. And this is very special to me, having been a former teacher in our district. The room was filled with outstanding educators being honored for the incredible work that they do every day in their classrooms, Recognized by their administrators and peers as exceptional in their passion, creativity, spirit of collaboration, and most of all, dedication and love for their students. These teachers stand tall in a profession that requires tireless energy, insatiable curiosity, a drive to evolve and always learn, and a passion for elevating every student. In LaSalle, their dedication is not unique. The teachers honored at this table are stellar examples of dedicated educators at every school who know what truly matters. We celebrate every one of these honorees and thank you for giving your hearts to the children of our community. Thank you to Carrie Logue and her team for another fabulous evening of celebration. And finally, I want to share about a very special person that we lost yesterday. So when I started teaching, I was at LAE as a student teacher, new to the profession, just learning. And Betsy Grajeda was a teacher on campus at LAE who reached out, mentored, and befriended me. And she went on, she's an outstanding, loving person, dedicated to her fellow teachers, union advocate. But she went on to Laurel because our continuation school was where she saw the students who really needed her. And for years, she gave her heart to those kids. Betsy passed away yesterday. Losing Betsy Grajeda in the world is a giant loss. We're fortunate because her granddaughter is a Hopkinson Husky and the Grajeda legacy continues. But I know that Betsy will be remembered by all the students and the families that she touched. And I just want to say it was an honor to have known her, been mentored by her, and I will deeply miss her. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Davidson. Mr. Bragman.
Did not know which way you were going to go. I appreciate this. This is fun.
I'm telling you, I'm keeping you on your toes.
Good evening. I want to start by recognizing and celebrating some of the incredible events and school visits I've had the opportunity to attend over the past few weeks. First, I attended the 8th grade athletics information night along with Miss Davidson. It was incredible to see more than 400 families fill our brand new Griffin Center as incoming students and parents learned about the many athletic opportunities available at LaSalle High. I don't know, I'd say to Ms. Reed, probably 1,000 people. We were overflow, standing room only with one side of the bleachers. It was amazing to see that turnout. Following an opening presentation that was facilitated by our athletic director, Nathan Berger, and our assistant principal, Blake Hypock, families participated in individual meetings. So families went to individual rooms where they learned about sport specifics. They were able to go to 3 different sports so they could learn if they're interested in multi-sports, which was very much encouraged if they're interested in learning about any of them. They also had specific sessions at the end of the evening focusing on booster clubs and supporting the wellness for our student athletes. It was an overall amazing night. I heard lots of feedback from parents and community members who just enjoyed the opportunity to go and learn and feel supported, and the openness to have students go into sports that they maybe never even thought of, but just to hear and listen to coaches and be able to start to understand what opportunities there were to be connected at LaSalle High School. I also shared which sports are cut programs, which ones are non-cut programs, which ones you require a certain amount of ability, so that people have a sense of what should I be looking for as I'm trying to make that leap from 8th grade into high school. So great job to them and an amazing night I cannot wait to see again in the future. 2 other amazing events I got to visit. First was McAuliffe Middle School's choir concert last week. Again, Miss Davidson and I were there. It was a concert on the green. The evening began in the NPR. The students produced music videos, which were amazing and fun. And it was a really great use of seeing our Prop 28 funds in action. So we saw them using brand new LCD projector and sound system. We saw the results of the upgrades to their studio that is in the choir room. And so to see that and then watch them go outside and perform in the concert in the green, I heard one parent say it was like our own little Hollywood Bowl. It was such an amazing performance. Great performances. Each group did 2 songs with love as kind of a theme. You heard songs in Portuguese and in Italian and Hebrew. You heard pop songs from Justin Bieber. It was just a fun night. And so parents picnicked and ate, and there was food trucks there. 8th graders were in tears, like it was the end of their educational experience. But it was amazing to see, and knowing that many of those students will continue on in our high school. So it was really great, and I appreciate, a huge shout out to Miss Kylie and Miss Wallace. They even had a student teacher there who helped facilitate it, and Miss Wallace, I know, gave her a big shout out. So I'd like to shout out our student teacher that was there because there had been a death in the family, and she covered to make sure that choir performance went on without skipping a beat. So amazing night of choir, which led into another amazing choir performance this weekend. For those of us that were able to go to Los Alamitos High School Choir Pop Show, I think most of the board was able to attend that. Administrators, teachers, parents, students, everyone in the world seemed to be there. It's truly spectacular. If people have not had the opportunity to go to the choir pop show at the end of the year, it's a final performance for our seniors. I know I went along with, I think on Saturday alone, Ms. Partisani, Ms. Davidson, and Mr. Foreham. We were all there on that night. The final performance for seniors is moving. Tears from students, tears from parents, tears from their friends, tears from people like me in the crowd that are just fans of music and seeing them in action. It was extraordinary. We saw sound effects and sound tracks perform their national champion winning sets. We got to see all the seniors do their solo performances. Sometimes they brought up their siblings. We saw one student bring up his younger sibling and his sibling who graduated to do his solo together. Really special evening that just shows the energy, the excitement, the professionalism of our choir, but also the family that it is. It's really just a special group of students. And I know it's like that year in and year out. And so also shout out to Kara Jennings and Miss Derlin, Mr. Davis, and all the guest choreographers. You don't even realize how many other people support that program and make it successful. So huge shout out to them, the boosters, the kids, and everyone for just a really amazing show. And then lastly, since the last meeting, I was a little late to the game on visiting some schools, but I was able to visit Weaver and Rossmore, and won't go into a lot of detail on them, but it's always just fun actually to see. It's actually kind of really engaging to see students at the end of the year and to see them closer to the end of the year and see how much they continue to work so hard. Dr. Pulver and I walked into Rossmore, a day where kids had their first day of testing. And even after testing, they were engaged and they were learning. Even the ones that were going to start testing later in the day were engaged and learning. And the same thing at Weaver, we saw them, day after, I think they'd been on a break and students were just so engaged, but we saw debates going on in classrooms between students on should you go to outer space and should you explore the bottom of the ocean, and just to see the way students are engaging and creating arguments in 4th and 5th grade, we know how those are going to develop into amazing students as they grow into middle school and high school and beyond. And so love seeing the engagement at our schools, and I love knowing that really through June 4th, I know that they're going to keep learning and they're having fun doing it at the same time too, to see teachers flex and learn while also really making enjoyable for students. So I appreciate our teachers, our staff, our administrators, our parents, our community for everything as we head into summer. I will say this year, I won't be at our next board meeting, and so I won't get to have a recap after the end of the school year, but I really shout everyone out for an amazing school year and everything we've seen, and I'm so appreciative to be a board member here in Los Al. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bragman. I bet you know who's next. So, Mrs. Partisani.
Hi, well, I love going last because I don't have much to say, but I just to kind of piggyback on what Mr. Bragman was saying is that this time of year brings so many final performances, and I got to witness a few of them. The seniors' last improv show, the last all-school assembly where about 3,000 students were all entertained and played in games, and they got to honor all the spring sports, and the choir's final concert of the year. What really stood out to me that I just want to share is the confidence and the artistry and the joy that is in those rooms. Whenever I walk away from one of those performances, I really feel like I'm just on cloud 9. I feel like it's so good for my soul. I could have a really bad day, and I walk out of those feeling like, oh my gosh, the world's going to be fine. It's in their hands. So it's a wonderful feeling. And I just want to take another moment to say that what they're learning is really the skills that don't show up on a report card. It's about creativity. It's about courage. It's about helping each other shine. That's the thing about performance or being on stage, is that it's not just about the person performing. It's really what you see as a collaborative effort. And I just love that. And I want to give a shout out to Mr. Barker, as you said, Mrs. Derlin, Mr. Davis, and a countless of others that make that happen. And in that same spirit, something you may not know, in our film program under the leadership of Mr. Connor Brown, there was a film festival. It's an award ceremony, and it was called Directing Change. In Orange County, and a few of our film students got to compete, were nominated. Their films were nominated in 3 different categories. The categories were culture, mental health, and substance use prevention. and they took first place in all of those categories. So it's phenomenal, the work that's being done in every corner of our high school. It's just, when I heard about that, I told Mr. Brown, I said, I have to at least mention it, and I'd love to spotlight it. But then I also talked to Dr. Pulver about perhaps finding a way where we can really recognize those students and their films through some more creative way, because I think they all deserve to have their names announced. And one of those films in the category of mental health is called Superhero. That's going to move on to compete at the state level with over 1,300 top student films. And you know what Mr. Brown told me was last year we took home first place in that award too. So it's pretty fantastic. And lastly, I was at the PTA Honorary Service Award breakfast, which was a good reminder of something we know, but we don't always say it out loud. And is that the people here in our district, the volunteers, the staff, the parents who show up are the reason that our students thrive. And it's a wonderful thing that our PTA, we do a good job as a district recognizing people, but that the PTA also goes through every school and recognizes those staff, leaders, parent volunteers. It was a real honor to be in that room. So with that said, I'm going to pass it back to you.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful to hear all of the board and how engaged the board is and how many things I learned from other board members, because we can only be in so many places at one time. But we're very, very engaged board because we take the job that we do seriously, and because it truly is a joy. And I get to just finish talking about staff and about the people that really make a difference and hold everything together and keep things moving forward. So I had the opportunity to go to the Hopkinson Longevity celebration. For those of you who don't know, we celebrate 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35. Is that the highest we go, Dr. Pulver? I think that might be the highest we go of years of longevity in the district.
We do have one teacher at the high school who we've had to get a special, because our pins only go to 35. So we've had to get some special trophies to, I think, 40 or 45 years now. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, but that's a really special moment to really honor the time that people spend in our district. And it's always something that we truly enjoy. I also, and I believe my other fellow board members, have had the opportunity to sit in a chapter meeting with CSEA. And that's really wonderful to be able to sit in with our staff and our employees and really hear what's on their mind and answer any questions they have. And I said, just what questions do you have? And there were several different questions that came forward. And it was really great to have that and that transparency and that understanding. And I think that sometimes when we have negotiating bodies, right? And we're very good in this district. We do something called IBB, interest-based bargaining. And that means that we find out what are the most important things to both people and that are both groups, and that's what we work towards. But I think it's also that human touch. And when we have that human touch, it makes a big difference. So I really enjoyed my time there. And we had wonderful conversation about popcorn, but there are important things in the world that one needs to, they have a popcorn machine at the auxiliary. And so I was fascinated. And then we talked about it a little earlier and honored him earlier today, but at the Association of School Administrators dinner last night, they honored, I think, somewhere around 20 educators throughout the county and we were very, very fortunate to have Dan Bennett honored as the Career Technical Education Administrator of the Year. And he did an extraordinary job up on stage and really represented LaSalle very well. And just the openings or the opening that he has continued to move career technical education even more and more forward in our district is just amazing, and we're very grateful to him. So I really got the opportunity to spend a lot of time with our extraordinary staff, and as Dr. Pulver always says, is that the people are the hallmark of our district, and that could not be more true right now. So that is our completion of our board communication. And now we will move on to, in our agenda, I have to double check because we moved all kinds of things all over the place. 10, so we're talking on, we're doing a 10, which is information and presentations recognition. And we will start with 10A and Dr. Reese-Wright.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. We are very fortunate, as you know, to have great partners, as you just mentioned in your comments, with our association. And so tonight we have lead negotiator from LAEA, Mrs. Lori Avalos, who has hung in with us so that she can sunshine the articles for consideration for negotiation for the 26-27 school year. So I'd like to welcome up Mrs. Avalos.
The Los Alamitos Education Association, LAEA, initial proposal for the 2026-2027 to Los Alamitos Unified School District. The Los Alamitos Education Association proposes to open negotiations for the 2026-2027 school year on Article 5, Hours of Employment and Duties, as well as salary and benefits. LAEA reserves the right to discuss all articles of the collective bargaining agreement between the Los Alamitos Unified School District and the Los Alamitos Education Association for the purposes of discussion and modification.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Avalos. And I believe now we will move on to a 10B, which is the Los Alamitos Unified School District initial proposal for 2026-2027 to the Los Alamitos Education Association. And Dr. Reese-Wright.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you, Mrs. Avalos. The Los Alamitos Unified School District proposes to open negotiations for the 2026-2027 with the Los Alamitos Education Association, LAEA, also on Article 5, Hours of Employment and Duties, as well as salary and benefits. Los Alamitos Unified School District reserves the right to discuss all articles of the collective bargaining agreement between the Los Alamitos Education Association and Los Alamitos Unified School District for the purposes of discussion and modification.
And now we will move on to a public hearing of the Los Alamitos Education Association, LAEA, initial proposal for 2026-2027 school year to the Los Alamitos Unified School District and the Los Alamitos Unified School District initial proposal for 2026-2027 to the Los Alamitos Education. I didn't know you could put Los Alamitos in a sentence that many times. Association, LAEA. And so I will gavel into this. I will gavel out of our meeting. I gavel into the public meeting. It is now open to anybody who would like to discuss either one of these items that we put forth. Yes, absolutely. Your public.
There it is. No, the microphone doesn't want me to speak. That's not, I understand. I just want to say thank you to Lori Avalos for her outstanding leadership. It can get really tough in negotiations, and she's so smart and has a peaceful heart, and she's just an outstanding leader who absolutely is taking this to her last day because she's retiring. And so thank you for being so diligent all the way to the end and such a wonderful leader. So thanks, Lori.
Thank you, Mrs. Davidson. And now that we did have public comment in our public hearing, I will now go ahead and I will gavel out of the public hearing, and I'm going to gavel back into our school board meeting. So thank you very much. We closed negotiations. We're back open again. So we're now going to move on to consent items. And it appears that I have no pulls this evening, and it's just consent items 11A through X. Is that correct?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. Perfect. Thank you so much. We're now going to move on to action items, and this is the adoption of retirement resolutions. Good thing we're going to do this before the celebration tomorrow. Dr. Reese-Wright.
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, very timely. Tonight we're bringing forward 2 additional retirement resolutions for Candace Hamilton and Kimberly Erickson.
Thank you very much. And this is a roll call?
Yes. We'll need a motion.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So moved.
Okay, and second. Now we can roll call.
Mrs. Partisani. Aye. Mrs. Davidson.
Aye.
Mrs. Hill.
Aye.
Mr. Forehand. Aye. Mr. Bragman.
Aye.
We will allow those people to retire. We are now going to move on to the adoption of Resolution 2526-23, an order of biannual trustee election and specifications for election order. Dr. Pulver.
Yes, Madam President, as you may or may not, the community may not know, we actually do have to declare that we have an election cycle for 2 of the positions. It's Mrs. Hill's position and Mrs. Davidson's trustee areas that will be up for election on the November ballot. And so this is us filing that with the Register of Voters, and then the next item will be
what that looks like.
The statement and the number of words, because of course we contribute to a portion of that payment that gets printed out to all the voters within the community.
Great. So I need an emotion. A second. Great. Thank you. We can vote for trustees. That's wonderful. As soon as we vote.
Mrs. Partisani.
Thank you.
Aye. Mrs. Davidson.
Aye.
Mrs. Hill.
Aye.
Mr. Forehand. Aye. Mr. Bragman.
Aye.
Perfect. We will now move on to action item 12C, and that is the approval of the number of words to be contained in the governing board member candidate statement.
So
Dr. Pulver. Oh, Dr. Pulver, did you want to go any further into that?
No, just that as has been our, what we've selected the past several elections is that they can contain no more than 200 words.
Thank you very much. So I'll take a motion. I think Mrs. Partisani.
So moved.
Great.
Set.
Mr. Forehand. Okay, this is not a roll call. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Wonderful. Thank you so much. We're moving on to D, declaration of need for fully qualified educators. That sounds like a very reasonable thing that a school district should do. So Dr. Reese-Wright.
Thank you, Madam President. Yes, annually we bring forward this declaration of need for fully qualified educators. It must be on file with the California Commission on Teacher Credentialing before any emergency permits will be issued for service within our district. If a suitable, fully prepared teacher candidate is not available, the district is able to hire a qualified teacher candidate who is not completely finished with their accreditation program in the following areas. For us, resource specialist and CLAD, that's teachers supporting English learners. The new education code requirement mandates that school districts itemize anticipated needs for emergency permits. Based on the previous year's actual needs and projections of enrollment, we estimate and identify the areas that we may need to staff for the 26-27 school year. CLAD, those are applicants that hold a teaching credential, but they have not completed their EL certification 4, and resource specialist 2.
Thank you very much. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Approval of warrants. The warrants are the checkbook of the district. And so this board looks at every one of those. I think it was 42 pages. And I think the font is like 4. For approval. So I would look for a motion to approve the warrants.
So moved.
Any discussion? If we have questions about anything specifically, we are given those answers before the board meeting. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. Acceptance of donations. This is our very generous community opportunity to say thank you. One, and it's big. So we have total year-to-date donations of $972,466.45. And that we haven't even completed our fiscal year yet. And so we have a very, very, very generous community, and we're so appreciative. Do I have a motion to accept the donations?
So moved.
A second? You got what you needed, right, Mrs. D'Angelo? Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. We will now move on to our, I recommend that we take our classified personnel report, certificated personnel report, and administrative personnel report as one motion, but Dr. Reese-Wright will speak to it first.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. The 3 personnel reports reflect changes and updates since our last board meeting. We recommend approval as submitted.
Wonderful. I would love a motion. Thank you so much. Thank you. And a second? Second. Mrs. Davidson, perfect. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 5-0. We are now looking at the approval of an agreement. Oh, are we ready for that one? Yes. We are ready for the approval of an agreement of stipulated to a suspended student expulsion waiver of hearing and appeal rights. And I believe that Mr. Forham is going to read that for us.
It is moved that the agreement and stipulation to a suspended student expulsion waiver of hearing and appeal rights be approved for the violation of the following Ed Code 48900.
I need a second, please. Second. All those in favor? Aye. Passes 5-0. We will now. I will now move us into closed session, and we will come back and report if any decisions are made in closed session. Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out.